The entitlement situation is a concern, obviously, because Social Security is pretty solvent for a couple of decades, and I think could be made more solvent with some few changes. For example, and this may not make me very popular with people in my income category, but I would say you have to make income adjustments for Social Security. So right now, people who earn more than a certain amount, the extra amount they earn does not get taxed into Social Security. I think that's a modest change you could make to try to get some more funds into the system. I'm not so much a fan of extending the age, because people who work in hard jobs, in construction, for example, their bodies are worn out. Their life expectancy is not the same as a white-collar professional like me. So it's very easy to say for someone like me, well, why don't you work a couple of extra years and add to the system? And I'm willing to do that. But for someone who's working hard construction jobs, it's pretty hard to say you're going to have to keep going into your late 60s. I think that's a tough call for them. With regard to Medicare and Medicaid, that's a much tougher issue. What I hope we can do there is develop a more humane system, an ethical system of dying. Something like a third to a half of all of our healthcare dollars are spent in the last year of someone's life. And we're spending money hand over fist to promote a couple extra weeks of life or a couple extra months of life. And I would be in favor of a more humane system that would encourage people to go into hospice care rather than hospital care. And I would encourage them in the following way. If somebody has a terminal illness that would cost us $500,000 to treat over the next 6 months, and that might extend your life for another few months. Instead, why not go to that patient and say, with your voluntary choice, if you go into a hospice now, we're going to give you painkillers, and of that $500,000 you would have spent, we're going to give you a lump sum of $250,000, and you can use that however you want. Wild, riotous trips to Vegas while you're still alive, or you can use that to create a foundation to memorize your name. You can give that as a legacy to your grandkids. But we have just saved the healthcare system $250,000, and we've enabled someone to live the end of their life in a comfortable, humane, and a way that shows respect to that individual choice. So I think we have to figure out not death panels, that's not what I'm suggesting, which was such a controversial topic, but how do we allow people to die with dignity and provide that option and that choice and make it appealing to people? And that's one way of addressing the excess healthcare spending that we've got going on today.